Hola and hello everybody, brother and sisters.
Good afternoon.
We are back. The llamas are here because holy moly,
Wow.
you guys. Wow. There has been so much that has happened and we are here to talk about it.
Yes.
Go.
Well, so the earthquake pace and all of this USGS information that's being released behind the scenes through people, I'll put some links below, but they're basically saying that they do not have a contingency in place for what is about to happen, and that it is in fact a surging, growing supervolcano that threatens to disconnect California as we know it. This is what they're talking about. And, you know, I guess the truth is, if you got whatever there is, 10 million people, I don't know, living in California, there's probably more than that many in LA alone. But if you've got that many people living there, what are you going to do with them? Tell them to all move? You know, no, I think...
Especially whenever the land in California is so expensive and all the people that live there are millionaires and billionaires and celebrities, and they're going to have to tell them, you guys need to get up and leave, when all of the real estate is going towards California and everyone's buying California and houses are going for 16 million. I mean, this is crazy. I've seen this. I've seen this on YouTube. And everyone's buying these houses still, and I'm like, how are people still buying houses in California when it's like there are earthquakes and everyone's super scared? Like, people are actually terrified. It has totally, that Ridgecrest earthquake, all those earthquakes that are happening, literally split the Mojave Desert in half. I mean, you could see all of the...
Put that link in there too.
Disfiguration. You can see all the disfiguration in the, from GPS.
Where it just split, you know, where the earth just split.
And they're keeping it on the DL. They do not want people to know because then everyone would leave California.
And back to that, you know, if you think like a government, you know, you're not there to help people. You're there to make your job as easy as possible.
Yep.
And so now you know that this catastrophic disaster is coming. You are planning on how to deal with the fallout. You are going to pull back your resources until you know where to put them after the fact, and that way you'll be the strongest, because anybody who's in California is going to have their resources devastated.
True.
And so someone who comes in with a pre-planned outside force could easily take over whatever is left, restore order, that type of thing. That's how a government thinks. And with this information...
Divide and conquer, right?
Yeah.
So we saw that, you know, about the flesh-eating bacteria that's going on in...
Talk about the food. Before that, if this happened in California, America's starving. You're starving anyway because the trucks aren't going to move when gas hits those prices. But the other thing is, without California, America starves, period.
It's true. You get 66% of our produce from California.
And it's the largest economy on earth, California is. It's a massive economy.
So Farmageddon is still going on, including that. Farmageddon's going on. Our buddies that are still looking for produce, they still are trying to figure it out because no one is getting anything these days, especially with corn. Corn's a big deal, and soy. Soy is a big deal, and they're not getting that either.
Yeah.
So with that also, here in Mexico, we happen to live in a tiny town about an hour north of Cabo, but Cabo, La Paz, which is the capital of Baja, and San Jose de Cabo, they're all out of power.
No power.
And the government actually doesn't have a reason.
This is 24 hours now.
But the government has said that, yeah, we don't really know why we think that the system is overloaded, but we haven't lost power. We haven't lost power once. I mean, our internet goes down every now and then, but I think that's about it.
Yeah.
And it's getting hot. And then you have the Category 3 about to make landfall in Hawaii, which, hello, I mean, we are feeling the heat from that. I mean,
it's so humid and hot here.
So hot. Like, I literally refuse to put on clothes. Like, I told John, I'm like, I am not putting on a shirt. It is, I even turned the air conditioning on and we haven't turned it on yet. So I turned the AC on. It is scorching hot. And it's because of all these storms. Now today we have a solar flare.
Yeah.
We know flat Earth. We know that the sun does have something to do. Sun has something to do with like the weather or whatever. But we also know that whatever they're saying the sun is not real. So what is actually the solar flare? You've got the fireball that went over.
And they do. It went over. Why did I black out on this?
Was it Washington?
It wasn't Washington.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It wasn't Jerusalem.
Please wait.
I'll get to it.
And so there was a fireball that went over, and they actually said it was the moon. They were trying to say it was the moon. The moon is stationary, y'all. Don't move. Like it doesn't move fast like a fireball. So they're coming. They're running out of reasons to give you that things are starting to happen. The moon is supposed to be a black moon, and then you've got the 3 days of darkness. That's where my mind went. I'm like, a black moon.
It was the city that was significant. It was because there was this fireball over this particular city. What was the city? It wasn't Salem, but it was something like that. You know, it had a name, and the name was like, "Are you kidding me? There's a fireball over," and it was a big one. And
Was it Searles Valley?
No, it wasn't Searles Valley.
Oh man, we're gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, he told me about it this morning. And then you got the flesh-eating bacteria. Flesh-eating bacteria has hit Florida. Now
Wait, you just skipped over the hurricane. The hurricane that's going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a resurgence in the activity on Hawaii, and if you bring in a storm like that, you're going to dump a couple of billion gallons of water on top of that island, and that's heavy. And they were talking about that last year when it was going off, and everything is so unstable right now seismically. They're dealing with numbers. There's been 80,000 earthquakes in Searles Valley so far. 80,000! That's an insane number.
That's in like 2 weeks. 80,000 in 2 weeks.
Oh, and I just saw a thing the other day that we've already broken the most earthquakes in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and I think there's 5 more days left. If it stays on pace the way it is in Searles Valley, we will break in July. Oh no, I guess it will be technically August. The most earthquakes in 1 year, and we still have half the year to go.
So I did have a dream last night, and I do want to share it with you guys. It was very, very short. The only thing that I really remember, will you put it down on me so people don't think I'm naked? I feel like I look naked because it's only up to here, and I'm like, I don't want people to think this is like porn, because it's not. But
are
my
we
dream,
wearing pants?
So my dream, you know, I remember, like, I don't know if you guys remember when I told you about my dreams before, but I've been able to fly in my dreams, and it's been just a matter of
kind of her thing.
It's been a matter of just putting my arms down and going like this, and then it shoots me up into the sky, and I can twirl and whirl, anything. I can do anything I want. And in this dream, I went back to that mentality, but there was this Asian guy that was around me, but I was trying to fly, and I was trying to get up, and I'm like, boom! I kept hitting the ground, and I'm like, no, what is going on? And so I kept hitting the ground. And then there was one point where I was like, all right, I trust in God. I know that He's got my back. He's not going to let me fall. I'm going to try to fly. I'm going to go on a higher note, like go up higher so there's a larger fall, and hopefully I don't get hurt. And I went for it, and I fell flat on my face, and it was like so bad, and I was really, really hurt, and I was like, oh no, oh no. And the Asian guy that was around me, he goes, what are you trying to do? And I said, I'm trying to fly. Hello? Like, what do you think I'm trying to do? Flying is cool. And he said, well, you can't fly right now. And I said, why? And he goes, well, not with that in the sky. And we look up, and it's like a machine in the sky, all this metal.
You described it this morning as an Enterprise-looking thing.
Yeah, like it looks like the Starship Enterprise. I mean, come on.
No, I get it. I was like, okay, some type of spaceship-looking metal thing.
I don't watch that stuff, but he showed me, and I mean, come on, Starship Enterprise, everyone knows what that looks like. And that was sitting stationary in the sky, it was not moving, and it was literally right above us, and I was like, what are they? And he goes, we don't know what they are. And I'm like, what? And it reminded me, I mean, not in my dream, but later on, it reminded me of that movie, The Fifth Wave, where the others show up, and they park their machine up top in the sky, and then everyone's like, what's going on? And then they end up doing an EMP, and they end up doing the floods, the tsunamis in Dubai and all that. I mean, the crazy, crazy stuff. They control the weather. So with that being said, I was like, I don't know. Like, I know I'm not going away from God, and we pray every night, and we do pray for our shortcomings, and we try to be as good Christians as we can. Now, I have been watching The Bachelorette, and it's because, I mean, it's not for the reasons that you guys may think. I'm literally watching for the programming. I'm watching for what they're trying to say. The Christianity is just being thrown around like no one's business. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Chris Harrison, the guy who's the host, he said in an older Bachelorette, the guys were doing something stupid, and there was a crowd of people watching them, and Chris Harrison comes in and he goes, oh my goodness, this is crazy, oh gosh, don't believe what mainstream tells you. And he goes to a little girl, trust me, the earth isn't flat. And they're like, ha ha ha, why would you even talk about it? Why would you even say anything like that to people if you just didn't care, if the truth didn't matter to you, and the earth being flat or being round didn't matter? Why is mainstream media, why is ABC Network going to put that out there?
I have an idea. I think I know why. I've been lately reading the comments. I don't usually read comments on Instagram and things like that. And but I've been trying to look for sort of a gauge for what is the general public feeling. And there's this page that I follow on Instagram called Gaia, and they make it about outer space and these breakthroughs with spiritual plane stuff. Mm-hmm. And the comments, I would say 80 to 90% of the comments were either something, the other 20% were like, this is so awesome, we're going to space. And the other ones were like, you are liars. We see through your bullshit. It's all fake. It's all CGI. We know God's coming. 80% of the comments on this one post. And I was like, I think that people are figuring it out, and they're getting desperate. That's why they're coming at you so hard with stupid stuff.
Like the whole Elon Musk thing. Now, I got to go into that really fast because you don't know this, but Werner von Braun in 1950 had actually made a book. And in the book, he talks about a man named Elon who was
Werner von Braun's the original NASA guy. He started all the rocket Apollo to the moon thing.
He knows the Earth is flat.
Yes.
He reported that the Earth was flat.
It's on his tombstone. The Earth is hard. Right. Psalms 19:1 is on his tombstone.
And that's when they talk about the firmament of God, and that's where we live, is in the firmament on his footstool. So, anyways, Werner von Braun made a book, and he had said in the book, this is in 1950, that a man named Elon will take us into inhabiting Mars, guys. He will become this inhabitant. And on the front of that book, you guys look it up, and on the front of that book is a space shuttle. And that same exact space shuttle is what Elon Musk is coming out with right now that he says he invented. It's like a little shuttle. It's literally the exact same thing. 1950, you don't think that the Illuminati are programming all this stuff, guys? This is reality. This is it. We are in the Matrix. It's not BS. So
it's all programming. Going into
the Bachelorette, I've been watching the Bachelorette, and maybe that's like affecting like why maybe I'm not flying or something, because I'm getting really into it and I'm just starting to read between the lines through everything.
At the end of the season's next week. They know how to build the hype and the drama.
Today's the finale.
Oh, today is.
The 2-day finale. So last night, I know you guys don't really care about this, but there's some truth to this.
You care about the message.
She sent home the guy. She had the last 3 guys. She sent home the guy she slept with and the guy that she had sex with. So there goes the sanctity of marriage. There goes the sanctity of her body. She is not using her body as a temple. Yet, they said at the very end, but don't worry, Jesus still loves us.
Don't forget, tell her the surprise. I wasn't honest with you guys.
Oh, she said in the mental law, or not the mental law, after the final rose, the guy, his name is Pilot Pete. He's sitting there with her. He's asking her, what the heck happened? I miss you. I don't know why you didn't choose me. And she was like, oh, well, I didn't choose you because you didn't tell me you loved me fast enough or whatever. And he was like, okay, I can understand that. So his parents are up in the rafters, and they're just like, ugh. And she goes, well, I feel like I got rid of the perfect guy. And someone yells in the audience, you did! And they're like, oh, everyone's clapping. And then she goes, I do have something that I was dishonest about, and I need you guys to know this. I told you since it's out in the open. She put it out in the open. But since it's out in the open, me and Peter, I told you guys we did it twice. No, we did it 4 times. And everyone cheers, and everyone's talking about how people slut-shame Hannah B. And oh, how dare they. You should slut-shame her. Come on, man. That is so much sex going on in this. And it's just, there's no sanctity. There's no morality. And she's like, I love Jesus. You are fake. You are a fake prophetess, and you are trying to lead people. And she is leading people. People are like, love Hannah, love Hannah. Dude, it's going to get worse because tonight is when she goes off and she's like, I need to know the truth. So her family meets meets Tyler C. and meets Jed, who the Jed guy is like the guy that no one likes. Jed, they love Tyler C. and they pretty much said Jed sucks. So guess who she's going to choose? Because it's going to teach women. They're teaching young women.
Go ahead.
They're teaching young women that being with a guy who doesn't really care for you, who's not there for the right reasons, who had a girlfriend the night before that he came over, that's who you should be with. That's who you deserve. She had a choice of 22 men, and it's down to 2, and she's going to choose the worst one, even after. So she's like, in the promo, she's like, oh, tomorrow's going to be a great finale because I'm going to be able to ask Jed the truth because I know about all the rumors that are going on. This is Hollywood. They're trying to distract, keep you guys looking around and saying, well, if Hannah B will accept a guy like that, then I should too. You lower your standards and you think it's okay to be treated a certain way by men.
That is what she's seeing. It's like the message to women who are trying to make relationship decisions. This is what they're modeling for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That, all the cheating and everything else. Yeah. And so if you look at it from afar, this morning when she said, okay, we're down to 2, and she described who they were, one was basically a good guy, the other one was a loser. And
he said,
and I just said immediately, I go, I'm following, so I'm like once removed from how close she's following it.
Yeah.
And I saw clearly, well, the guy's an idiot, so of course that's going to be the decision they want you to think you should make.
Yeah, right. And so, anyways, I saw that and I was like, this is really, really bad. They're getting so desperate to keep you guys all live. Now they put the Bachelor in paradise. And guess what? First LGBTQ girl who's bisexual gets on with Blake. They don't make it, and then she's in love with this girl, and they're showing girl-on-girl action, literally showing girl-on-girl action on TV. When have you guys seen that? I mean, they're changing cartoons to be lesbianism.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? It's not about accepting people, and it's not about that, guys. It is the gay agenda of the government to separate God's creation from truth. And guess what? We are God's creation. He created us in His image. So if we're off doing things and sinning against the Holy Spirit after knowing that in the Bible it says homosexuality is a sin, it is not real, guys. It is not a good thing. You're not born that way. God bears you with a good heart, and your parents form you to be who you are. That's just how it is.
You are tested and tempted and drawn out by your own inner desire.
Yeah.
And whether you give in to that, that is the choice. That's where you make the decision to serve or to stay away from God. So choose to serve.
And that's the thing, is a lot of my friends are having a problem with, I don't want you to tell me about the end times because then I'm held accountable. And I'm like, why would you not want to be held accountable? Why? What are you doing wrong?
Yeah.
What are you doing that God wouldn't like?
It matters now. So examine everything that's in your life. And if you're sleeping around, if you're drinking too much, if you're, stealing, something that other people don't know you're doing, stop. This is the time to clean up your life.
Imagine if Jesus came into the clouds right now. How happy would you be with how He saw you? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, if you, right now, let's say you're out of that party.
No matter who you are, you're still going to be like, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got some big glaring thing in the background, like messing around with your best friend's husband or something,
you need to live your life like Dad's coming home.
Yeah.
Like Dad's coming home.
The house better be in order.
The house better be in order.
Yeah.
That's just it. So guys, we're going to leave you with that because this is a 16-minute video and we did not want to get that crazy, but we had friends coming over and we had all this stuff going on and we have the heat and it's just so flippin' hot. But we are with you. We see you guys. We hear you guys, and we know we're still being monetized. We know they're still blocking our channel. We're trying as hard as I can. Even if it's one person that sees this video, that's okay with us.
So that makes you very important because if you're seeing this video, you're looking for this video. You're coming looking for it. Yeah. So welcome. And we hope it's encouraging to you, and thank you for your support, and keep watching.
God bless you guys, and I'm not naked,
yes.
okay? Okay, bye.